Hey there, I'm back with another episode. I decided to do Balloon TD battles again for this one. I'm not gonna wait until my other videos get a lot of views. I'm just gonna keep going, so whoever happens to stumble upon me and likes me has a lot to watch. Since last time I couldn't come up with any topics at all, I sort of have a sheet with a few topics. It's got 11 topics, and if I run out of that, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Let's get into this. I'm gonna start the first topic when I get into my first match. I'm gonna go arena again. I don't know if I'm gonna ever do card battles, probably eventually at some point if I get some good ones that I want to play with, but not right now. Let's see what this is, because we don't have a 20. Tower boost upgrades all towers to the next tier. Balloon boost upgrades all balloons by 1. That's actually pretty neat, but I'm not going to do that one. I'm instead just going to go for the regular 20. Get into a match and see how it goes, see if I win or see if I lose. I'm going to go with the same setup probably. And let's see what we get for our first map. Oh, I guess he didn't like that one. I didn't even get to read the name. Ice Flow. I actually don't like Ice Flow, so I'm gonna skip. And this one. Let's actually go with him, and him. See what we get. No, I don't like that. I guess that's good. That's actually gonna be the first one we put down. Alright, we're in our first match here. The first topic on the list is my favorite band, Panic at the Disco. Some people know what this band is, some people don't. I really like it. It's got the songs Miss Jackson, Emperor's New Clothes, This Is Gospel, stuff like that. I guess it's more a band for younger people like me. They like to listen to this sort of stuff a bit more. I really like the songs. I actually didn't know about them until last year, but I'd already heard about their song Miss Jackson, which I was absolutely in love with. And then I found their other song, which was Emperor's New Clothes, and I Write Sins Not Tragedies, and I really like those songs, so I really like the band. Although I can't really call it a band now, because it's really just Brendan Urie, but I still consider it a band because him himself might as well be a band. Alright, next one. Sticky Note Faces. I actually wrote Sticky Knot Faces. I don't know why it's supposed to be note. Basically what this is, I have a friend at school. I'm not going to tell you her actual name. Let's just call her Crystal. And we were taking EOCs all week last week, and if you know what EOCs are, you hate them. If you don't, you will hate them. EOCs are end of course tests. It's basically I got all the information from what you just did on one test. I absolutely hate them. And basically what she did, because we were in a classroom basically doing nothing, because the EOCs for us were done and we had nothing to do. She took out these sticky notes, and she gave some of them to me, which was a bad idea. You can't trust me with things. You really can't. But she gave me some of her sticky notes, and at first I was just writing things on sticky notes like, hey, what's up? Doing like a sticky note conversation sort of thing. And then I started writing faces like on sticky notes. Like one had an eye, the other had the other eye, and then had a mouth. The first one was 4 sticky notes because the mouth took up 2. And I figured out I didn't need to do that. I could just put the mouth on 1 sticky note. And so that's what I did. Basically, the entire class period, once I started doing the faces, I was just putting on the faces and looking around at people, and everyone kept laughing at me. I found it kind of fun. That's the story with sticky note faces. She said she wouldn't trust me with sticky notes again, though. Nightcore. This is actually something I'm kind of salty about here. Nightcore, if you don't know, is I guess you can call it a band, even though it's not really a band. It's a group of guys that take songs and they change them electronically. It's called electro. And they either speed it up, slow it down. Well, these guys, they speed it up and make the voices higher, but in electro you can really do anything you want to it. I like Nightcore, I really do, I like it. But I don't like how people use the term Nightcore as if it were a genre, because it's not. They come up with these different songs and they speed up the tempo and all that crap, and they say, hey look, this is Nightcore. It's not Nightcore. It's imitating Nightcore, but it's not Nightcore. It's electro. Just get it right for once in your life. Yeah, I'm kind of salty about that. I don't like it too much. And he kind of rushed me. It didn't work out all too much for him. I got through that, but I did have to use my power, or my little tower boost for that. What else am I going to build? Because I'm not doing too awfully good here. Perhaps another monkey. I'm just gonna place him right here. Yeah, that seems like it's gonna be a good idea. Anyway, back to Nightcore. I don't like when people say it's Nightcore when it's not Nightcore. If it's actually Nightcore, good. I love a Nightcore. But if it's not Nightcore, don't say it's Nightcore. I find it disrespectful to the actual Nightcore people, because they're doing the songs, they came up with the name, they came up with the idea of how they're going to change the songs, and other people are just stealing it. I'd be kind of mad if people did that to me. Alright, and that's the end of that topic. Next topic is wolves. I'm kind of rushing through these topics. I might need to slow down just a little bit, or else I'm going to run out really quickly. Wolves, they are my favorite animal. Hands down. I love wolves. I love how wolves are. I love that they're pack animals. They're loyal. They never give up on their mate. Like, if they mate, it's for life. They never get a different mate. And I love that idea. I think people should be more like wolves, because wolves are just awesome. Yeah. And actually, this is a bit of a funny story. For a year, about a year, I had convinced my girlfriend, well, my current girlfriend, that I was a werewolf, and she actually believed me for the full year. I found it was kind of fun. I was wanting her to kind of call my bluff, like from the beginning. I was wanting her to call it, but she never called it, and I don't know why. I guess maybe she's just gullible and believes a lot of things. But, I think that's one of the qualities I kind of like about her. Like, she is very trusting. I also think it's kind of dangerous for her to be that way, but who am I to take that away from her? Right? That's the wolves' flaming hand. This is actually a pretty funny story here. It's not too awfully long. Basically what happened is me and my brother, we were like doing a fire outside to sort of burn all the trash, and what I did, like after he left, I sort of just came and I started messing with it a bit, like the fire, because I love fire. If you have me around fire, I'm gonna mess with it. So I was messing with it. I was throwing more gasoline on the fire, and he was putting it in this ashtray to throw it on. And first I was kind of dumb, and I sort of stuck my finger in the lighter fluid he was using, and I tried to catch my finger on fire. It didn't work, so I sort of just gave up on that idea. But after I did that, what I did was I filled up the ashtray he was using, and I poured that down on the fire. And I wasn't trying to catch myself on fire that time, but I actually ended up catching myself on fire. Like, my hand, some of it spilled and got on my hand, and my hand caught on fire, the ashtray caught on fire. I sort of just blew on the ashtray, and I just threw it down and blew on it, but my hand was on fire for a little bit. And yeah, that's how I caught my hand on fire. Oh, he says well done. He said, I say slap my face because you're an idiot. And I won, like, by a hair. Was I done talking about the flaming hand? I think I was. I just caught my hand on fire. I'm not gonna do a rematch with that guy, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose the next one. Next is Spider-Man. Oh lord, no, please no. I really hated that. I hope I can figure out how to cut that out. And if I did cut that out, what happened is a commercial popped up. I don't know why they allow commercials to just pop up, and I don't know why they didn't give me any extra points for the commercial, because they should have. They're jerks, I guess. The topic was Spider-Man. So, first I'm going to talk about, like, sort of the evolution of Spider-Man, I guess. Not the comic book Spider-Man, the movie Spider-Man. The original Peter Parker to the other Peter Parker, which I kind of like better. Well, I do like him better than the first Peter Parker, because the first one was kind of nerdy, the second one's a bit more cool and goofy. And I sort of like, I think the second one's funnier, and I just like how he acts, and I just like how he is. And if you've watched Civil War, then you know about the newer one, the newer Spider-Man, that is. He's, how could you describe him? I mean, he's a kid. I don't really like him all that much. I'd rather have the other one, but I don't think they're going to take out the other one. I just think that they couldn't use the actual one, so they're using this kid as Spider-Man. I liked his suit, but I didn't like the actual guy. Yeah, but I really like Spider-Man because he's strong and he's awesome. He can do a lot of things. Like, he has that web shooting ability I find really cool. He's got super strength, can climb walls and crap. And that spider sense mixed with his reaction time, that's got to be one of the best things about him, because with that, I don't think anyone can ever really get the drop on him. Not unless they find a way to cover his spider sense. And he's trying to take me with that. I'm just going to put down another Ninja Monkey right here. Plans are foiled, sorry bud. Well, not exactly. Seeking shurikens. Let's actually get some of our own on him. There we go. Just for some economy. Anyway, Spider-Man. Yeah, I like his powers. I like how funny he is. I just really like Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite. Deadpool, I like more than Spider-Man, and Wolverine I like more than both of them. But we're talking about Spider-Man here. And actually, that's the end of the Spider-Man conversation. The next thing is cake for food. Give me a sec. Alright, I had something kind of stuck in my throat. I was trying to get it out without making any noise. Anyway, cake for food. Basically, my sister's birthday was like 2 days ago. It's when I first uploaded the Hearthstone videos. And she had like this big cake. It sort of fell over, and it just broke off into segments because my grandma, who made it, basically just made it to where it was like every stack was the same size, and they were cutting on one side of it, so it toppled really easily. So, yeah, that's what happened there. And I've basically been just eating cake, like, for food. I mean, like, in the mornings, in the afternoons, like, I'd get tacos and stuff, and today I got a biscuit. I really like biscuits. I eat biscuits for food, so they're good. Yeah. But that's cake for food, and it was a really good cake, because my grandma's the one that made it, and she can make some pretty good cakes. Sometimes her cakes aren't the best, but they're normally pretty good cakes. And I got really big slices of cakes whenever I was eating the cake. I didn't eat the cake, like, at the party. I normally don't. Like, when it's the actual party, I don't eat the cake. I actually have a funny story on that, but I'm probably not going to tell it, like, in this episode. Probably maybe a while later I might tell the story. But it's a pretty cool story. You can, if you really want to hear it, you can stick around on my channel. That's how I'm going to keep you here. I'm just going to tease you with stories. Like, interesting stories. I don't have many, but I do have some, and they're interesting. Next topic is it's girlfriend, but it's got a dash and anxiety. My girlfriend, if she watches this, she's probably at first going to think I'm going to talk about her anxiety, but no, I'm going to talk about my anxiety. Basically, well, it's more this weekend I'm going to be talking about. She's been really busy, and I understand that. Like, yep, she has a life, she gets busy, I'm fine with that. But the bad thing with that is I do get anxiety pretty easily. Like, when it comes to her, I do. I get really worried that she's hurt or something, because I worry a lot. So my anxiety gets really bad. Like, if I don't hear from her after maybe 4 hours, I start getting worried, and an hour later, my heart's pounding, I'm scared out of my mind that something's happened to her. And a little while later, I'm just sweating, just waiting for her to respond, so I know she's alright. I normally can't sleep unless I know she's alright. Like, she has to text me good night so I can sleep. And it gets pretty bad. It's only with her. I don't get anxiety over anything else, really. I normally don't worry about things too much. I just worry about her. That's the anxiety thing. Anime. This is a lighter topic. I watch anime a lot. I really like anime. I'm more into the fighting anime than anything else. My friend keeps trying to get me to watch ecchi. I will not watch ecchi for anything. I just refuse. I kind of realize I haven't been doing anything, and I don't know how I'm not dead yet. But anyway, I watch things like Bleach, and I refuse to watch Dragon Ball Z. I know some of you are going to be like, why? Dragon Ball Z is cool. I know it's cool, I don't want to watch it. I don't know why, I just don't feel like watching that. I think it's more so because of the powers they have and how they attack and just fly around and shoot beams at one another. I don't really like the whole concept of that. I do watch things like Death Note, which I didn't think I would like until I actually watched it, and it was actually pretty good. The basis was this guy had this notebook, and what this notebook did is you wrote the name of a person in the notebook, their full name, and you pictured their face in your head, and it killed them. Like, either you described how they died or it gave them a heart attack. That was a pretty good anime. I loved it. I didn't like when L died, but I liked Nier more than I liked L. So I guess good with the bad. And yeah, that was a pretty good anime series that I watched. I also watched things like DanMachi, if you've ever heard of it. Its English name is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Which I found that pretty funny, because the basis for the anime is, well, this kid, he gets really powerful really quick, except he doesn't know he's powerful, and everyone else knows he's powerful, but he's sort of like, I'm not powerful, I can't be too powerful, look at me, I'm a small kid. But he gets really powerful really quick, and he just doesn't realize it, and he has this power, like, it's It's hard to explain, but basically it's the power to overcome anything. It's a really cool power to have. I'd really love to have it. It's basically turns him into One Punch Man. Like, whenever he's in mortal danger, I'm gonna die here, but it turns him into One Punch Man. Ugh. My opponent is doing really well. It's probably because I'm commentating and just not paying attention to anything. Anyway. Yeah, that's a pretty cool anime. I watch a lot of animes. I could name some of them, not most of the Japanese ones because I can't pronounce them or remember them. But I watch a lot of anime when I'm bored. Next topic is memory/emotion song link. What this topic is basically songs. Sometimes I attach memories to songs. Most of the time I attach an emotion to songs because I don't have much emotion. I don't feel much emotion, so I sort of just attach it to songs. And most songs just make me sad, I guess, but I'm not really sad. It's hard to explain. And others bring up different memories that I have, things I don't like thinking about all that much. And that's basically all that is. Like, the song, I think it's Hold Me Down. That's one of the songs I attach an emotion to, and I listen to it every now and again, but not too often, and this guy's actually doing some work. I'm gonna get another one of him, like, at the top. Right here. Yeah, but I attached an emotion to that song, and it sort of helps me, I guess, to be able to have those emotions, but sometimes it's a pain. Just sometimes I don't like having them, because they'll just come on when I'm listening to Pandora, which I have to listen to go to sleep, and I don't want to think about that crap while I'm trying to sleep. My next topic is my last topic, so I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I have another topic in mind. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I guess I might as well. I guess no harm. But the topic is Forever Sick. Now, some people might think, the heck, what's wrong with this kid? Forever Sick, what does that mean? I'm not, like, it's not, I wouldn't describe it as a sickness per se, but it's just I always feel sick. Like, I'm always tired and stuff like that. Tired, hard to move. Yes, I always just feel sick, which yesterday I was talking about how I moved based on momentum. And that's gonna be my last thing for today. My last state arena thing for today, but I think I'm gonna go and play card battles real quick. No. Anyway, yeah, I was talking yesterday in this about how I normally move on momentum, and how it's kind of hard for me to move, like, just from a starting point, and that is mostly because of this, like, this always feeling sick. It's just makes it kind of hard to move and get around, so I normally just use momentum to get around because it makes it a bit easier. I'm just gonna leave this like this. Yeah, and that's a pretty short topic there. So I guess I'll go on to a different topic. I'm trying to think of a topic I can talk about instead of this one, because some of the topics, I mean, I'm fine talking like this anonymously. I don't really care about it that much, but I do have my little sister, like the one from whose birthday it was. She's in the next room, and normally people don't mind me that much, but she's one of the people that actually does, so kind of watch out around her. Let's throw some of these things away. Recycle you. No. Recycle you. Wait, let me recycle. No, let me recycle. I'm gonna die. Let me recycle. What the heck? I guess I'm just gonna die, I guess. Okay. Let me recycle. Like, no, let me... It won't let me recycle. I don't know why. We'll put you here. So I can actually live. My gosh. This game was trying to kill me. You saw that. I guess I can't recycle anything. Or maybe I'm just doing it wrong, or it's just not wanting me to press the button. I guess I won't be recycling this game, which kind of sucks. I don't recycle all that often, but I do sometimes, and it helps me out. Yeah, but my sister's in the next room, and disconnected. Crap. It's my opponent that's disconnected. I mean, once this game is over, like, quick or not, I'm not doing another one. Because I'm at 25 minutes. I don't like my episodes going over 30. So, I mean, if I play a game, like, I'm thinking about getting a chip for my Xbox One so I can record me playing stuff like Skyrim and Overwatch. I guess I win. So this is going to be the last battle I do. And I don't really like how I won this one, and I guess he's got to go, but no, I'm not going to do a different one because that'll make it over 30 minutes, and YouTube gets a little whiny when it comes to anything over 30 minutes about analyzing it and uploading it. So I don't like going over 30 minutes because it's just like, no, you're waiting an hour for this. Normally it's only 30 minutes, but I guess it's over an hour for anything above half an hour. I don't know how this uploading system works for YouTube. But anyway, yeah, I don't really like talking about some of these things while people I know are around me, and my sister's in the next room, and she's really the only person that'll actually try and listen, I guess, is how I'll put it. Because everyone else is just doing their own thing, moving about, especially on the weekends, so I can just hide in plain sight. But she has no life, so she'll sort of just listen to me because I have no life, so I guess I don't know why she listens to me, actually. I really don't. I guess I'm interesting. Do you guys think I'm interesting? Before I end this off, I'm actually going to ask a question, and I want you guys to go in the comments and answer it. It's not like a serious question or anything, it's kind of just for fun. If you were able to have any one power, like, it can't be something like completely overpowered, like look at a guy and kill him. It can't be something ridiculous like that. But flight and stuff like that, that's all allowed. Manipulation of different materials, that's all fine and well and good. What power would you have? What one power? And second part of the question, what would you give up to obtain that power? When the comments start rolling in about the powers they would have and what they'd give up about it, I'm going to have an episode where I talk about that once I get enough comments to actually talk about it. It's not going to be a long video, maybe like 10 minutes. And I don't expect it to be soon. I don't expect it to even be within like a week of now. But yeah, I'm going to do that video eventually because I'm sure some people are going to comment. And if it's a week later and a few people comment, I'm going to make the video. And if no one comments, guess I'm just going to wait a bit longer for it. But yeah, answer the question so I actually have something to talk about on that. Just for a future episode, because I think that would be kind of interesting. And I guess I'll do this every now and again and ask a question for you guys to answer. It'll work out a lot better when my channel's a bit bigger, like when I have more subscribers, more people that are willing to comment on my stuff. Yeah, but I'm getting closer to the 30-minute mark, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. And have a good one.